Welcome back to movementprofessional.com. So this is continuing on the series of closed chain mobility. This is the banded overhead power position, or you can think of it as a catch position or the second dip in a push jerk. So you're going to get the arms overhead with your hands as close together, which will emulate the most kind of difficult overhead position to attain. So if you think of having two kettlebells overhead, and if the kettlebells were as close together as possible, that's typically the hardest overhead position. So we want to fix our hands there and then move our pelvis around it. So as you see, I have my hands kind of in that overhead position, and then I'm moving into a flexion pattern, posterior tilt, and then an extension pattern, and then just kind of going back and forth between those two patterns while the arms stay fixed overhead. So it allows my spine, trunk, pelvis, scapulae to explore different ranges of motion while my arms stay in that general overhead position. Alright, now what's hard to see here, because it's getting a little bit cut off by the video, is that I'm creating a supination, an external rotation tension on the band to try to also engage the muscles that would be involved in the stability of the shoulders. Alright, so as I create a kind of a pinky type of tension into the hands, it should create a little bit of a protraction motion or a movement of the scapulas to the outside. Alright, and then I can also create a little shift side to side. Alright, and it helps me explore where I have the most limitation. One of the other things that is harder to see on the video is when you're in this kind of extension pattern, it might look like there's a ton of compression in the lumbar spine, but it also helps you get a sense of hanging out there, feeling that you're in a little extension pattern, but then also being able to create a little abdominal tension and bracing to brace your extension pattern, and then almost try to come out of it a little bit, but without losing the rest of the overhead position. Typically when you bend the knees, bend the ankles, you may go into what looks like a little bit of an extension pattern, but then if you can kind of drop the ribs down a little bit into that, you can create some stability in that position and be a little safer on your back, so that the abs take the weight of the position, although the spine is moving into a general extension. Alright, and you can really feel that well because the band is pulling the hands back, so you don't have to have weight loading overhead. You're actually being pulled into the position that your mobility will be limited into. If you have any questions, you can go to movementprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.